Like, I don't know, maybe get a kitten.
There's rat poison in this, isn't it? We're good citizens, they wanna kill us all, do us all in. Rat poison in this, isn't it? We're good citizens, they wanna kill us all, do us all in. You're perfect just the way you are. Nothing out of the ordinary, no Tom and Jerry shit. Flick the ash off a cigarette and give it back to the earth from whence it came. Whence it came. I say you're perfect just the way you are. Nothing out of the ordinary, no Tom and Jerry shit. Flick the ash off a cigarette and give it back to the earth from whence it came. Whence it came. Hey yo, give me back my damn time. Must I remind you, she told me stop eating, I told her to stop breathing. Both are unhappy, and the idea of perfection seeming to be sappy to both parties. Cause life is like a party, right? Sip a Cardi, right? I can see us holding hands forever. I can see us being friends for a while. When I see you, I smile. But then I look away and reminisce to myself sometimes. Be aware, be away, be away. The grass is high, the snakes that'll bite off your head sometimes. If you ain't aware or awake, you must have been sleeping, you must have been dreaming. No, there ain't no mistake. Be aware, be away, be away. Yeah. The grass is high, the snakes that'll bite off your head sometimes.
Oh man. Hi everybody, the sunshine is bright here. Hold on, let me put the shades down a little bit. Maybe? Come on. Okay, that's better. Alright. So, today we're going to continue the drawings that we've been doing for the past couple of days, namely my glorious character portrait in each of the 8 tribes of the starting continent in Chronicles of Valyria. And if you're not familiar with Chronicles of Valyria, it's an awesome game, and you should check it out. Or it will be an awesome game. It's in development right now, but it's shaping up to be I guess a game changer in the MMO market. So, anyways, I know we're all excited about it, but this is my my attempt to take each of the striking and unique features of the various tribes of Valyria and map them onto the same kind of general human-like face that I started with before we knew what any of the tribes looked like. So I've got the inks down for the top 4, the Naren, Ware, Turesk, and Kipik. And you can see, like, with the pencils on the Kipik here, that things have drastically changed as I've been fiddling with these things. And I actually came in last night and did some more cleanup and rearranging and thinning and thickening of lines, just to make it look a little better overall. So we're going to continue in that vein. We've got the pencils for the Broodveer, Hrothi, Genoa, and Dras. And we'll just get right in with the Broodveer. And you can kind of see the base template skeleton that I had. I just added a lot of extra padding to that skeleton for the Broodveer, so they are on the larger side.
How painful the hangover was today.
Let me put it politely that way.
Hands and knees, trying to breathe in between the dry heaves. My baby made me some coffee, afraid that if I drink some, it's probably coming right back out me. Couple of Advil, relax and chill, at a standstill with how bad I feel. I think I need to smell fresh air, so I stepped out the back door.
So, I want to change the color of my pencils layer so that it's easier to distinguish while I'm drawing. And then we'll start a new vector layer, grab my trusty G pen and get in there. Now I've been working with a brush size 12, so I'm still at that, that's good.
Never really seen exercises finally, but I think something's telling me to ride that 10 speed. The brakes are broken, that's alright. The tires got air and the chain seems tight. Hopped on, it felt the summertime. It reminds me of one of them Moosab lines, like sunshine, sunshine is fine. I feel it in my skin, warming up my mind. Sometimes you gotta give in to win. I love the days when it shines. Whoa, let it shine. Sunshine, sunshine is fine. I feel it in my skin, warming up my mind. Sometimes you gotta give in to win. I love the days when it shines. Whoa, let it shine. Whoa, let it shine. Whoa, let it shine. Whoa, let it shine. Whoa, let it. If I could, I would keep this feeling in a plastic jar. Bust it out whenever someone's acting hard. Settle down, barbecue in the backyard. The kids get treats and old folks get classic cars. Every day that gets to pass is a success, and every woman looks better in a sundress. The sun shines an excuse to shoot hoops, get juice, show and prove them moves and let loose. I hear voices, I see smiles to match them. Good times, and you can feel it in the fashion. Even though the heat cooks up the action, the streets still got butterflies, enough kids to catch them. Riding my bike around these lakes, man, feeling like I finally figured out my escape plan. Take it all in.
Oh, and somebody commented on Discord how the Broodbeer appears to have a lazy eye. So we'll fix that right away.
When the breeze penetrates these southside trees, leaning up against one, watching the vibe, forgetting all about the stress, thanking God I'm alive. It's so simple, I had to keep the song simple. And when I get home, I'm gonna open all the windows, feeling alright. Stopped at a stop sign, a car pulled up, bumping Fresh Prince's Summertime. Summer, summer, sign. I feel it in my skin, warming up my mind. Sometimes you gotta give in to win. I love the days when it shines. Whoa, let it shine. Sunshine, sunshine is fine. I feel it in my skin, warming up my mind. Sometimes you gotta give in to win. I love the days when it shines. Whoa, let it shine. Whoa, let it shine. Whoa, let it shine. Whoa, let it shine. Whoa, let it.
Alright, no longer lazy eye. Although that would be a, you know, a fun character quirk to be able to add into your character creation. You know, little, I guess, what some would consider defects. Because I mean, those types of things are out there. Oh yeah, I gotta approach this chin. So like for some reason in all the pencils, I did like this really weird harsh separation between the chin and the rest of the jaw, which doesn't really work. The Hirothi didn't get it so bad, neither did the Genoa, but all these guys did, and I had to redraw their jawline. I mean, they look smooth now, but for whatever reason, there's this hard shelf in here, so we'll fix that. Go right into it. That looks a lot better.
It's no thing, come out of the cold rain, make giant steps, gotta catch the cold train. Everybody wishing on some better days. Don't let the storm door hit you, and don't ever change. Anyway that the cold wind blows, all good 'cause you ruined my home. Believing and I won't look back. On with my life, I can't save my best. Anyway that the cold wind blows, all good 'cause you ruined my home. Believing and I won't look back. On with my life, I can't save my best.
Thanks, I'm glad you like the eyes.
instinct. Probably best to just listen and think, and don't expect anything less than the kitchen sink. Feel
Scoop my brush size up a little bit. Oops.
And I don't dig dramatic,
To
no static when a thunder
get this
struck. It
mustache
doesn't
in
matter
there.
how much clean a vulture up. It never looked like a dove. You still gave it your blood, and that's love. I never hated your guts. I never even understood where that phrase was from. But why would you believe that I could trust your touch?
And it probably won't be a dark mustache. Some of the brood beer have a more reddish hair. But I can change the line color later. So just want to have the mass of the hair down. And I'll get in there with a transparent brush to break some chunks into this here, make it look more like hair.
But ripped out the heart was par for the course. But if the furnace doesn't burn at the core, maybe your purpose ain't to learn anymore. Dinosaur can't soar if we try
That
to
size
snore.
might not
And
be
ain't nobody
noticeable.
leaving with a perfect score on the board. But we never got bored of the wind.
How's my sound coming through, by the way? I'm not entirely certain that my voice is above the music level or something like that, because I'm listening to a different channel than you guys are. I want to make sure I'm audible above the music.
We never even move one step, just do it all over again and again and again.
Another persistent problem with the model I was using is, oops, back on a 12 size brush. The cheek, like I was drawing the cheek way over down here next to the jaw rather than up here on the side of the face, and the ears. So there's like a bunch of little anatomical differences in my initial drawing that now are inaccuracies that I'm carrying over. And that's all because drawing a face that's looking down into the side slightly, it messes with some of your assumptions when you're constructing a face. You have to be really mindful of how the anatomy is being foreshortened and the way that the light strikes it, and which shapes are visible. Faces are a tricky thing sometimes. Thanks Morbus and Fudge Muffinator, and welcome to the stream. That might be too much. And that might be too high. So what this is like the outside edge of the zygomatic arch, which is that bony ridge that kind of runs here around the ocular cavity. So I need to make sure that this actually fits right into this little space here under the leading into the crease of the nose. And then the edge of the mandible sticks out on the cheek a little bit, depending on how much fat you have on your face. Yeah, that's true. And you know, the problem too is when you're drawing a face, you get so, like, you're looking at it for so long that some things stop being noticeable. So things like, you know, Nick's observation that the brood beer is a little cross-eyed didn't even jump out at me because I've been staring at the damn thing for hours already.
Wrote my name on blocks of cinder, kiss my name on top of winter, say my name when you in denial, but not too many times it might dim your smile. And if it's all the same, I'ma flood that thin little drain that you call a lane, knock down any walls that remain. I'll bring the balls mattress and y'all bring the chains. When I'm dead, you can flip the mattress. Put me in a jar and kiss my ass.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like, if you want to double check your symmetry, and it's hard to do in this case, but yeah, you'll just sit there and flip it back and forth and say, oh, that doesn't quite look right.
Let me hear you say fuck the establishment. Say it.
Make him dance.
Show me a player that's mad at this, and I'ma show you a hater and a masochist. Y'all think that I got a damn
Okay.
gift. Look like I drive a fucking ambulance. Whole South Side. Whole South
And that's another tricky part here too, is like this mustache is passing away from the viewer, so it should get smaller and foreshortened, and so I have to make sure that it doesn't actually reflect this mustache. And like in all my earlier drawings, I was just drawing, like even this one, that's a mirror, that's not passing away from the viewer, that's almost the exact same as this one here. That might be too much.
Let me put you up on Bob's Donuts. Controller at a warm deep fryer that charm cobras. Mostly it was aggravated ulcers over goat's legs. Will they go for maple custard, buttermilk, or wolf's bane? Later for your Cinderella pulsating crash. I was rotating casts. Picture if you will a witching hour on a weeknight in the trenches. Where paranoia dead ends in a bright fluorescent heaven with sprinkles. I know, right? Yum. Whether some of you fever, keep the funnel cake. I'm honey glazed in vitro in the company of similar believers. Sleepless, we hear the wolves breathe and foam at the facial features, not a yeast. A phoenix and a partially hydrogenated, equal parts flower, faith healing. Might replace your previously nominated Jesus, but only if you're privy to the following secret of all secrets.
Every night at 12 there would march out from the back, but a trail Lord dough for the pool of hot back. Show up around one, never get you got it back.
If you're just tuning in, walk into the light. Walk into the light, to the light, to the light.
That is awesome.
A boil oil too, not the scarpin'. The CC's a Japanese innovation. I screech in a free parking. Purple heart and second chin. I beseech him to squeeze the carbs into the motherboard. You could chew the Eucharist in crawler form. Locally a seedy Danish underworld is bustling. Where jelly's not a celebrated stuffing, it's a puppet string. Pluck, nose for canola. 5 cow stomachs like a mime with a rope going nowhere fast. Right-handed God on my shoulder, crow's feet swollen, nope, becoming apple fritters over with folk of opposing cultures. Babysitter, cop, thief, reverend, body glitter, botched C-section, bronze teeth, each progressively more sequestered, yet if threatened, they'll defend the raisin bread as co-defendants. Some lose religion and view it as superstition. You could tell a friend if you were down to kill them.
Every night at 12 they would march out from the back, but a trail Lord dough for the pool of hot
Okay, so I gotta double check my...
never get you got it back.
If you're just tuning in, walk into the light.
God, what's with that? I don't know if that brow ridge is very realistic. I might need to tone that down a little bit.
The fat boys are back. Foam fingers over open arms.
I guess it's no more extreme than any of the other.
From golden jars. Stagger through the pulse of the gold
Tarrasque has it the worst.
Hiding high behind his guilty pattern.
There are some things I need to do to the Tarrasque when we get to the painting stage to kind of hint at the angular features of their face. And I might actually tone down some of these black lines in here in the process in order to make that look better. We'll see.
Midnight kitchen door uncaging the enablers like butchers in bloody aprons. Can I get a fucking amen? Hazelnut raiders that are lost navigate consecutive pastries like stations of the cross. No name, no day job. Not a boat where it's virgin Mary toast by the loaf. Thanks, Bob.
Every night at 12 they would march out from the back, but a trail Lord dough for the pool of hot back. Show up around one, never get you got it back.
If you're just tuning in, walk into the light. Walk into the light, to the light, to the light, to the light, to the light.
Blech.
When I was young, I was a single-celled amoeba. Then I learned how to go to war over ideas. Now I'm in the stripping Mother Earth of her resources, waiting for the day that today's considered prehistoric. Standing on my last limb, survived by a naked brush. This story was written in my genetic code. Standing on my last limb, survived by a naked brush. This story was written in my genetic code. Standing on my last limb, survived by a naked brush. This story was written in my genetic code. Standing on my last limb, survived by a naked brush. This story was written. I don't want to, but if I have to, I'll make a big mistake. There's no judge or jury when you're looking adrenaline in the face. Years of refinement to make this machine. I'm gonna use it to the best of my ability. My body as my armor will protect my brain from bruising. Even though it secretes its poisonous power, I almost lose it. Vomit inducing, diluted in the blood. Cause if I ever got a full blast, the rush would be too much.
Okay, so I think that about does it for the brewed beer. Let's scooch in on our frothy friend. So the main modifications I made here were to scoot the shoulders up a little bit to give him a shorter neck, and I just softened all the features just a little bit, rounded them out so that they're a little less angular, a little more frothy, doughy. Let's do this on the right layer.
I've been drinking, you already know. Do I smell like escape? Probably so. I found your tape in my old collection, put it in, pushed play, then I poured a fresh one. I look back with a hesitant laugh, but in reality it's dark down memory Ave. All the trials and suffering we shared with each other. A lot of people thought that we were actually brothers. You know me, you know I'm a control freak. Who told you you could die before me? Gone.
I don't know if this is typical of the Hirothy, but they also have this really big... Gosh, what is this? The space in between your lip, the nasolabial channel, I think? They tried really hard in art school to teach me all of the names of every part of the body. I did not learn them. So because I got that extra wide space there, like, it might be that, like, hair doesn't grow to cover it, because for the most part, well, I guess hair does grow it. I don't know. Everybody has a different mustache, but let's say that they don't really have that part covered very well. So we'll leave that open. And if I remember right, they have sort of a curly hair. So we'll add a little wave to the mustache and make it with finer lines.
Presented, I felt resentment. I held this against myself. I want to help my friend. It stays in my head that I was on a stage when you were laying in bed. Body was discovered by your own mother. It penetrates my chest. I still taste the regret that I slept through a late night call from your homie. But then I spoke with Sadiq the next morning, and then I smoked 1 million cigarettes. Go figure, maybe I was trying to catch up with you.
Well, so like, the Hirothy aren't particularly beardy. The reasoning is that beards actually are a fire hazard around blacksmithing equipment, and so they tend to eschew beards because they get in the way of you know, daily duties. Whatever their reasons, you know, they do grow facial hair, but we don't really know what it looks like, so I kind of have to guess. And since this will be, I mean, the mustache that I create is going to be a design experience hairstyle, so you know, I'm going to have to take into consideration any kind of tribal hairstyles when I do that. So, you know, like the Genoa or the Tarrasque appear to have a less, you know, that like very wispy sort of facial hair, possibly. So that's what I worked in with them, and then like, yeah, there's more bushiness to the brewed beer and that sort of thing. So we'll see how it works out. This is part of me testing what that might look like. One way or another, I'm gonna have a curly mustache. So we need to ignore the mustache there. And I want this to recede into the distance and achieve its curl here-ish. There's the corner of the mouth. No, it'll be closer. It'll be here.
The register open while he counted her change. I was next in line, which meant I was invisible. From where I stood, I could see that the till was full. He didn't look the type to play superhero, so I stepped forth and paid for my cigarettes. Crept out the store's front door to chase a little breath. Bangles in my head, shake the song off. Another manic Monday night, it's gonna be a long walk. Car pulled up, a fixed up cutlass.
Oh, so the reason they have the same face is because this is my character in the game. So this is the current drawing that I've been using as my avatar on the Discord and on the forums is this guy right here. And I drew him and conceived of this character before we really knew what the differences between the tribes were going to be. And just so it happened that all my base assumptions for what, you know, my tribe and culture would be like fit the Naren pretty perfectly. So that's where the foundation. And so then what I did is I actually took that drawing for each of these, and I said, okay, well, on top of that Naren drawing, I'm going to add, you know, I'm going to change things up and get a different tribe's aspect on the same general facial features so that I would know what my character might look like based on those different typical tribal features. Still don't think. I'm gonna try this curl again here. Used to be a record shop. I've gotten love, I've gotten drunk, I've gotten beat up in that parking lot. I've had my Lake Street pride for 3 decades. These alleyways and these street lights have seen my best days. Before I was a germ, learning how to misbehave all the way to the grave. Southside is my resting place. Took a ride on Lindale, I'm getting near, but then the road became empty and the people disappeared. The clouds ran away, opened up the sky, and one by one I watched them. Well, you know, we have to make assumptions. The only important thing about assumptions is that you leave them mutable. Can't get through life without making assumptions, though, unfortunately. It's how the human brain works.
as sure as the life in the garden that you grew. I'm always coming back home to you, no matter where I am, no matter what I do. I'm always coming back home to you. If only I had known what you already knew. I'm always coming back home to you. From the heaven I've had to the hell I've been through, I'm always coming back home to you.
where the bony landmarks are. Those are the real key parts of the body that you want to keep an eye out for, are the places where, you know, bones project from the skin in noticeable ways, like the, you know, the clavicle or the what's it called, the great trochanter in the thigh bone. All those bits, you know, stick out and provide a sort of measuring stick for where on the body that you are and how things need to connect to that part of the body. So all the muscles wrap and warp around those points.
Tonight and wait for the sun. You say you hate your life, you ain't the only one. Let your frustration out the gate and watch the pony run. One double for the hunger and the struggle. Two for the fool trying to pull apart the puzzle. Three, now I smile while I wait for your rebuttal. By the fourth shot, I'm just another child in a bubble. Trying to play with the passion and the placement, just to see what these people let them get away with. Still trying to climb a mountain for you. Hammer in my hand, still pounding on a screw. So he don't speak no more. Nobody's winning, cause neither is keeping score. Don't wanna think no more, just let me drink some more. Pour me another, cause I can still see the floor. Pour me another, so I can forget you now. Pour me another, so I can let you down. Pour me another, so I can remember how true that I am to this addiction of you now. Pour me another, so I can forget you now. Pour me another, so I can let you down. Pour me another, so I can remember how true that I am to this addiction of you. Live life tipsy, stiff it fit, don't fit right with me. Kiss my whiskey, lift my lips, press to my angel. Swallow it and leave an empty bottle on the table. Let the past fall, make your faces at that clock on the back wall. Count down the last call. Ask all of these people that make sounds, how long does it take for the pace to break down? Another lonely little trophy. If only I could walk a straight line, I'd make it home free. And everybody in this bar thinks they know me and my story like poor me. I can count the days till you come back, or I can follow them sun rays down to the train tracks. I can stumble drunk over hope and love, or I can just keep drinking until I sober up. Now, pour me another, so I can forget you now. Pour me another, so I can let you down. Pour me another, so I can remember how true that I am to this addiction of you now. Pour me another, so I can forget you now. Pour me another, so I can let you down. Pour me another, so I can remember how true that I am to this addiction of you.
Okay, so looks like we've got a good brothy here. Oh, I should put some pupils in those eyes. So I imagine, let's see, since we're spending a lot of our time underground, we might usually see a little more dilated. Alright, onto the Genoa. These last two I'm kind of looking forward to because they actually look like a lot different than the others as far as like the jaw and eye structure and the cheeks. They're a little more distinctively...
I work in the business.
I mean, other than the Turesque. Well, okay, they're all different. What am I saying? But I don't know what I'm saying. Genoa, where's your folder? There we go. Oh, and I did the Dross pencils in the Genoa layer. Wonderful. Yeah, I mean, I like the Genoa as a race. I don't know. I don't know if I want to. I don't really enjoy the. Maybe I need to know more about it, but I don't really enjoy the Fade and Religion too much. And so the Broodveer and the Kipik and the Genoa don't seem terribly interesting to me from a religious standpoint. I mean, I like animism as a concept, you know, as it exists in the world and in conceptual spaces like speculative fiction. But I don't know. I just like that doesn't excite me as a player. And also the Genoa seem like assholes. I don't know. I won't trust you again, getting better at choosing friends. This time the loser wins, cause I learned how to cut off the looser ends. I'm not tripping, this just an excuse for me to dig down a little bit of the truth. We killing time and time's killing us, so I won't waste mine trying to grip a grudge. But don't twist it into what it isn't. Don't call, don't write, don't visit. I put you on ignore, you're not the homie anymore. The only thing that you can show me is the door. Game over, yeah, who's winning? Save your gas, I refuse to listen. If you're doing math, we doing division. Don't even ask how I've been, there's no you in existence. Go your way, I go my way, and you keep going until there's no one to violate. And I'ma remember your last impression. Thanks for that lesson. I won't trust you again, getting better at choosing friends. This time the loser wins, cause I learned how to cut off the looser ends. I won't trust you again, getting better at choosing friends. This time the loser wins, cause I learned how to cut off the looser ends. I think I need to recalibrate my tablet here real quick. So bear with me. Better. Those luscious Genoa lips. Mm. You know, so there are ways to spiritually consume things or symbolically consume things. Lots of sacrifice is done not by, you know, consuming physically, but by, you know, committing to some other destructive force like fire or something like that. So I imagine that, you know, anything that seems like it might be cannibalistic in there probably will be far more symbolic. And maybe there are ancient taboos in the Genoa that say, you know, okay, we used to do that sort of thing, but that's not cool anymore, so we don't, and that's a big taboo, and you're not allowed to eat people. Don't pretend to be first, and most of all, I don't pretend to be concerned. I don't pretend to be rich, don't pretend to be broke. I don't pretend to be asleep, don't pretend to be woke. I don't pretend to be deep, don't pretend to be clean. I'm everything and everything that's in between.
They said you only get one life, but I lived at least 4 lives in the life I'm living in now. And if I could handwrite what they say when I'm gone, it's that he said everything that he could fit in his mouth. I got the coldest shoulder in the solar system. I know because I drove around this whole existence. Resistance to personal growth seems suspicious, but you really didn't want to go the distance. I don't stand still, wander off, I'm a drifter. Look at the bigger digital panoramic picture. You catch a panic attack for trying to handle the fact you inanimate on a map. Wait though, I never be finished. Infinity, grateful for any opportunity you give to me. And when the time's right, y'all can lighten up like there's too much life to love. I don't pretend to be cool, don't pretend to be young. I don't pretend to be smart, don't pretend to be dumb. I don't pretend to be hard, don't pretend to be first. And most of all, I don't pretend to be concerned. I don't pretend to be rich, don't pretend to be broke. I don't pretend to be asleep, don't pretend to be woke. I don't pretend to be deep, don't pretend to be clean. I'm everything and everything that's in between.
Unsigned hype, frontline aeronauts blurry. Zero dark 30, zero friends, minotaur fugly. Stepchild, evoke lunch, jumped over plunging necklines. Up beside tongue-tied, hungry enzymes. Devolved in a Mothman, munching textiles. Punisher, out past go time, back 10 fried worms chubbier. Brown grass both sides, canned food, man-made tools. Lanacane, band-aids, mandrake root. Bindle on a broomstick, pancake shoes, and a handshake-proof campaign. Can't lose, can't gain. Smoke out moles like a force of nature. Pray fortune return to his fate swiftly. Maybe in the form of a nest egg, maybe in the form of a Tesla death ray, or a solid gold scene with something better to celebrate than powder on a face like a flat foot on jelly day. My moral compass will that shit spinning in the shadows of a moral magnet. Are we supporting the artist or enabling the addict? I mean, I guess it matters to me. I wish it mattered to you. How 1,000 virtues kick the same bucket like Chinatown turtles. Roving packs of elusive young become choke low riders over boosted drums in the terrifying face of a future tongue. Down from a huntable surplus to one. 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 Check his own breakneck pulse over colors in a drain. Let him moat sugar skulls in the rain. Glamorized melting. Got him by a levy made of that towel silting. Quarter up ahead but a kill screen. No corner cut, no build team. Only a particularly menacing angle perpendicular to everything. Boys room, cherry bomb, boy goon, very much running with the devil in the mellotron. Hello, here's where a tale of caution pounds coffin nails the bootlegs, the hawkwind, sawtooth, never mind straw to go. Spin hearts on sleeves and a heads on poles. Arm in the maw, fish out piff like a business card from a jar at the mall. AI like androids dreaming a carbon applause. Get stuffed with cartoon cigars. Cold pack, nutty pot home to roost around folk back then are what they most lampoon. Shook to the beaver brown with broke ankles. Daisy, Claude pound, no thank you, babe me. Failed all basic training, but I spent a couple groundhogs days with a change. Silhouette the guard last cigarette. Anything less would be goddamn ridiculous. Packs of elusive young become choke low riders over boosted drums in the terrifying face of a future tongue. Down from a huntable surplus to one. 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 Down from a huntable surplus to one.
First up in flight like I study Raleigh. Same sky that I'm flying that got Buddy Holly. Back from tour with the brother Ali. On my fellowship shit, pumping 5 o'clock follies. I got something to say. Sometimes I'm colorful, sometimes I'm gray. We get cancer 20 times a day. We just strong enough to brush it off and kneel when we pray. The truth reveal what it may.
Let me look at that again.
Bad cards, nothing nice to play. California nights a gamble, but I stay. They say home is where you hang your hat. Well, I ain't hanging up that. There's no time to relax. Only time to react. It's dilated for life. I'd like to welcome us back. Directors.
Oh, maybe you're right. It's hard to tell. Plus, the look that the male Genoa is giving is like creepy. I do see a crease up there. We'll do a really like. Cause he's so wide-eyed. Like when his eyelid is lowered, it's probably gonna. Although if you're looking down, I guess your eyelids wouldn't be too lowered. Okay, let me try that again.
Riots for celebrating the game, then live via satellite, Laker parades. Danger in the pit, are they dancing, are they fighting? I block off the angles, then adjust lighting. Don't believe I touch thunder and touch lightning. Till they see the miracle pictures, then I'm frightening. We just capture the facts, dilated, never left. I like to welcome us back. Directors.
I'll probably eliminate this little, because like on a double eyelid you usually have a very soft crease leading in from the ocular arch down, or upper ocular cavity down into the eyeball itself. So I'll just put a couple of like slightly suggestive lines here, but I'll probably actually eliminate those in favor of giving that via painting. On here, they barely have any eyebrows. Or at least they look a lot like stripes at this resolution.
I'm a director of photography.
We're way over the budget now, and we gotta finish this sequence today.
Finished. Suppose you finish the sequence.
I'm a director. Hey, I'm a director. Places everybody.
And in come the strings, playing my patience like a note that I never had the guts to sing. I've been living with your lies, cause my life don't feel quite right unless I'm sweating from the honeybee's sting. And look at what you bring me, girl. Nothing but drama, holding on strong to making me feel your woes.
And the stripes I think I definitely will do with paint, not ink, because I really don't want that to be such a hard line. Oh, but I do want to put it in there now just to have it. So let's start another layer and go ahead and just have a stripes layer.
I don't know shit unless I'm hanging off the curve of your lips. I've been looking for an angel like you since the devil in me made it obvious it doesn't exist.
Now, what would be a good tool? Probably the watercolor? Less density. Let's actually do watery watercolor. Yeah, that'll work.
miles, walking around like a stray child, trying to find a quiet place to sleep. I don't know if you can feel it in the air when you step into the street, but I've been finding it a little hard to breathe. And look at what you brought me, girl, nothing but pain. Spending my money for a walk in the rain. I'm drained and never wanted this to.
So I'm trying to learn how the different levels of pressure change my line. So it's going to just take a little bit of exploring.
I see it in your face that you don't care about the broken heart I taste. But what the hell do I know? I know the world will go blind if I open up the cage in my mind. I've been running from an angel like you since the devil in me showed me heaven's not about a bottom line. How will I figure this out? Undertow dragging you down beneath my comfort zone, but that love I gave you I'm freaking now, speaking with your name in my mouth, and I don't want to live without you. I just want to clear your clouds away.
And we're going to pretend the stripes persist through the ears, because you can't tell if they do or not.
Hello to the day. I watch the world on wheels hit the yellow and gray. The ones don't work, all the ones don't eat. And once again, I'm from that city where the sun don't sleep. It's time to get live because the terms is breach. Ride the wave like the world is a beach. Learn more, I teach. I was raised by NWA and State CA. All day, same story, different briefcase. I'm nonchalant to others peddling weight. I got a purpose to serving up and settle my state. Been through it, all of it great. Put the ruler to the movement, all of it straight. Big fish, even calling them bait. One love, one dish, see them all on my plate. I take the lady on a vacate, she call it a date. Now she calling in sick, now she calling in late.
The harder the work, well, the longer the day. Easy they come, but some don't stay.
I hope there are lots of options. I expect there will be.
Love to be alive, feet hit the ground running, butterflies in my stomach like I'm anxious trying to get it.
I actually kind of hope that they're based on family, so like you're constrained to a range of stripe subsets that match the general pattern of the rest of your family. but I hope that there's wide variation between families. I think that'd be an interesting way, because that sort of thing, you know, it seems like it would fit with the Genoa to, you know, just their, I guess their their ferocious nature and the way that they, you know, divide themselves from the other tribes and stuff like that. They might even, you know, subdivide themselves based on stripe patterns. So that could be an interesting thing.
It's routine, by the beach I rise. First up, I hit the weed, then I bleach my eyes. Then it's to the drum machine to speak my mind. Tracks like fitted hats, pick a beat my size.
Energizing on the darkest streets I shine. Saw the light up on the mountain to the peak I climb. Breathtaking new perspectives on the life I grind. First tear of joy fell looking like I'm crying. For just a moment,
the feeling of being content, not needing a dollar or a cent. I smile for my mama cause she proud. The studio, my headphones loud.
Bridge builders will connect these crowds. Dedicated on my honor, you can check these vows. That's purpose, power to make the powerful nervous. Hard work ain't easy, but easy usually ain't work. They say the harder the work, well, the longer the day. Easy they come, but you know don't stay. Time they come, boy, I hope and I pray. Somebody show me the way, somebody show me the way. I've been through some pitfalls and I've been down. Made it through close calls and lost some ground. It's a hell of a price I pay. Somebody show me the way. Somebody show me the way.
I'm trying not to slip, been trying not to lose footing. Loose land keeps that pressure on my kicks. But when I fall, I tend to land like a ton of bricks. Stand like a man made of concrete and sediment. Like, fuck your skin. Nobody needs it. There's bones, muscle, and blood. What's realer than fat and tendons? It's raw. No soft tissue to draw your eyes to it. So far, flesh ain't the truest at all. Let's rip into it. We all sick of the missed shots. Passed over like the last man picked. No team so pissed off. That's not honesty, that's just soft curves. Got your world flipped, got you making mixtapes for girls. And that's the skin again. Let's blame the skin again, stretching itself so fluidly over these awkward ligaments. And I didn't show today. I probably won't tomorrow.
So all I have to do is cut off the tails of these facial stripes and then get the body stripes laid in. So what I want to do is get my pen with a transparent color and just here on the outside, but I want to cut off all these tails so they're easy to erase.
We trust, no rush for bucks, no sweat, just enough. Them words from love, no hits. I let the track stand, like how it was written is how it hit me. A road cycle kids with the grip, the skid fixies. A road wild kid with a stroll that let it roll like whatever. They kick that gingivitis, them rappers got the itis. Catch me bumping ISIS in a crisis instead of watching y'all counting lead sheep at the same time. What's the science of that? I know that it's sweep where the movement is at. We in that coma capital, spotless home team with hands steadily Purexed, but never quite clean. Bloody as hell, rarely will I care for that.
Okay, it kind of looks like Johnny Depp now. Maybe I'm wrong. Alright, let's see here.
Back to the wall, crush it, laugh at them all, hush, let them try to find the beauty in your face. Yeah, something more than a song hating. Oh, come on, dust, let them try to find the beauty in the baseline. Oh, when the words don't change, we don't sing before they fade away. Yeah, we do our own
I soak up every little bit to sharpen my bones. All grown up, still trying to find my way home. I never been cleaned or cloned. My heart's never been owned. I'm lonely, but everyone is lonely, so I know at least I'm not alone. This road is filled with potholes, but I don't need to tell you something that you already know. We're both sinking in the same boat. I wanted you to stay afloat. I did what I could, but you had to learn to swim on your own. You lost your glow in the glitter and the gold. I couldn't stay alive inside your chokehold. Hold on. I really gotta go, cause I'm not falling into your hole. You won't in my head around.
Come on, man.
You won't take this one from me. You won't bring it through the ground. You won't ever see. You won't ever see the ground.
Yeah, they kind of do.
I soak up every little bit to harden my skin. No matter how I stand still, pulled by the wind. When intention goes limp, wipe the face off my grin. And love me in the name of kill the keep on being good friends. A liar's lips are the best fingerprints. You can fake it isn't there, but I can taste it when we kiss. Tracing paper wrists. I try to draw the line and I miss. But one day I'll be able to look back at this and make some kind of sense of it. I'm not another shin to kick. One foot in the grave, both hands in a gin. It took a while to figure out we couldn't coexist, but I'm not falling into your abyss. You won't in my head around.
Yeah, that looks a little better.
You won't take this one from me. You won't bring it through the ground. You won't ever see. You won't ever see the ground.
All right, I'm satisfied. Oh, you know, I got a little bit of something hanging off the ear here. Let's also do this. So now we just have the dross. So let's make sure I'm in the right folder. Oh, I'm gonna adjust my. Oh crap! I got coffee and I've ignored it, and I just broke my earphones. Crap! Ah, it's stuck in my hair. Oh man, I just snapped that crap right off. What a piece of crap! Alright.
Hands stay clean till the well go dry. The clutch kinda sticks, right? Aim for the sky.
That's disappointing.
In due time, gonna get right. There's no loose ties. I'm not the new guy. I'm just one hand at 12 o'clock. The other one stirs your melting pot. And if I had a third hand, I'd use it to turn up the music.
Yeah, I got coffee. It's been sitting here this whole time. I haven't drank any of it.
To complain, huh? You gonna hide till the rain
And it's
comes.
cold.
Feel my shine. I'm the same sun.
Well.
No matter what I've done, I remember where I came from. The flood made the neighborhood messy.
Hey, I want to thank all of you guys for hanging out and drawing and chatting with me. makes this whole process go along a lot more enjoyably. Not necessarily faster, but I'm not really worried about speed right now. But if you've enjoyed watching me draw, there are some links right below where you can show me how much you appreciate my drawing. There's a tip link, so you can just drop me $1 or $2 if you feel like your time has been worth that. And if you're interested in helping me on a more regular basis, I also have Patreon. You can check that out below. And there are some fun perks that come along with Patreon membership, including special donor-only drawings every month, and
a chance. Black president, hooray for history. The shit still totally pretend, I mean, fuck sports. Team on my back though, Doomtree hoopty, Cadillac flow. No kings, only thinking in dreams, only work for impossible things. Yeah.
We the best in the world.
Wait, what?
Wanted, wasted. Who the best in the world?
I don't know.
We the best in the world.
At getting sick,
trying to find our places. I'm the best in the world.
At kicking it and working on some future shit. Peace to anonymous, good looking out. I give it up for who's seeking the solution. Scheme for the rest of us, what's cooking out? Straight plans, manage slim chances, damage, standards, advantage. And it's hot too. Who the boss? Who on top, boy? Not you, not me. Same team, except we don't expect the same things. I mean, all that glitter stay cold. Same old story unfolds. Shit, it's in a black man's soul to rock that gold. Nah, it's in a black man's soul to take your chain off. It's in a black man's soul to roll free. It seems like a black man's roles to fold cheap. And the white
this mustache is too long.
They chasing the same carrot, same debt, same trap, same aim, same crap. Want it, waste it. We stray from that path. We kicks it in the haunted basements where we also ghosts. No kings, only working on impossible things.
We the best in the world. Want it, waste it. Who the best in the world?
Let's get on my pose here and just draw a line across.
We the best in the world. Trying to find our place. I'm the best in the world.
At kicking it, working on a future.
Holla back London, checking on Greece. Money ain't cheap, man, get it to the streets. Living, who got the grease? Get a slap on the wrist, let the other get the heat. Checking on Greece, holla back Spain. Counting at that, you ain't pushing that brain.
So I'm just kind of running some lines across the face so I can see where the planes of the face should be roughly. Because I'm having trouble ruling where this mustache should lie.
We for real still sweating shampoo on planes when I'm blown 100 times with a knife in my chain. Probably shouldn't say, please X-name. Kiss my laptop tapped by TSA. But eat that, babe. We ain't keep the heat at, babe. Keep sweating out, caught I'm scared of the banks. To keep stacking them chips, I'm piling grains. It ain't if, it's when, cause we the best in this thing.
We the best in the world.
All of it.
Wanted, wasted. Who the best in the world?
It's probably.
We the best in the world. Trying to find our places. I'm the best in the world.
Yeah. Working on the future.
Yeah, that's better. Oh, where did I draw those lines? Did I draw those lines on this same layer? No? Where is that line? Oh, that way. That's fine. Okay, I think that's it. I think we've got inks for all of our characters. Let's turn off all the pencil lines.
Get it off my back. I don't wanna dance around the subject.
And for fun, we can also turn off the colors on the narrator.
I tried to make the best of it, but in the end it didn't really mean much. Leave me with a fiddle, sitting by the piano, breathing in the dust. My dog died
when you were 6. Really? I guess I've never gotten over it. Dark cloud constantly hovering over me. I've been a bad seed ever since the ovaries. Mama looked at me and told me what it was. Said boys got a shadow big enough to block the sun. When it's all said and done,
right.
I'm comfortable and numb to the fact.
Oh, and so we lost all of our labels, but
it's worth it, ain't it? My friends think I'm famous.
do a new label
manager
there.
wants to put his foot inside of my anus. Haven't got a decent
fat
night's sleep
marker
nowadays, and
here.
all I got to show is empty loose leaf pages. It piles up, but that's the life that I'm used to. Pressing up against the knife with a loose screw. Sing the blues, and everybody assumes you could use a little old-fashioned down-home talking to.
Talk about it. Get it off my back. I don't wanna dance around the subject. You and I both know better than that. I tried to make the best of it, but in the end it didn't really mean much. Leave me with a fiddle,
bro.
You ride the bus.
Well, it never showed up and it really sucked. Stormwater constantly filling my cup. Been a hot mess ever since I was just a pup. Papa looked at me and told me what it is. Said boys got a weight on his shoulders no one can lift. Tried a couple times and honestly I admit it's a bitch. But I kind of appreciate what it did cause it's worth it. Yeah, the world gets a laugh when my girl's
Oh, thanks, Asmodeus. Well, I'm just about to wrap up for the day. I've just finished putting in the inks for each of the different tribes. So the next step will be to color these. So I'm going to start that. If I don't start it tonight, whenever I get free, then I'll start it tomorrow. We'll see what my schedule is like, but I'll definitely be drawing tomorrow from around 9:30 a.m. Pacific to noon Pacific, which is 12:30 Eastern to 3 Eastern. So definitely come check me out around this time tomorrow, or a few hours before this time tomorrow, so you can watch the progress and see where we're going. I'll share it on Discord when I'm done in a minute here, but thanks, Asmodeus. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody, and thank you for the engaging conversation. I enjoyed talking about the game and about my art with each of you. And like I said, if you enjoyed yourself and you want to support my efforts to be an independent artist who doesn't have to do any kind of extra work aside from art, then I would appreciate that. Also, don't forget to check out Rhymesayers. That's the music that I play on my stream. I really like their rap. It's good stuff. Some of it's really thoughtful and progressive, and some of it's just plain silly and fun. So they got a good mix. And I hope you guys tune in tomorrow, and I'll see you next time. So enjoy the rest of your day. Oh, and check out Chronicles of Illyria, chroniclesofillyria.com. It's the next big thing. So get involved now because the community is insane, and I love every minute of it. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.